Yes guys, welcome from me, Championship Manager 0102, the three-man game. A little update for you then as we are in the home straight business end of season 122. So the first thing I'll point out, right, as you can see on your screen right there, I'm still Chelsea obviously, and my attendance home record went. Now, it's interesting because you know when you get to that stage where you want your club to build more stadium, and they concur, and then the council oppose against it. Now they built it to 49,000 or something like that, and a couple of seasons ago they said yeah, they'll build more. Then they said the council were against it. So I thought to myself, okay, I've got to my limit. Then I did it again last season, and they put an extra 2,000. So I'm up to 51,000. So that makes me wonder now is if you can get around that council thing if you do it not regular as in every fucking month, but that is where we're at. So season 122. You can see we've just gone past Valentine's Day, and let's go straight to it. The table looks like this. Well, United still unbeaten, 71 points. Chelsea 61 points, 4 games in hand. The AI Tottenham 58, and Pepe. Pepe, where do we start with Pep? He's having once again an absolute woeful season, where he's nowhere near AI Tottenham. Even with his game in hand, it'd still be 9 points adrift. I clearly need to win my games in hand to be top of the table. So it is quite tight indeed. Let's take a look now then at the cups and stuff like that. So Chelsea for me, Champions League look really good. Pep has lost a game, although I think he'll still qualify with absolute ease. Middlesbrough, who finished 4th last season, are still flying high in the Champions League. And finally Ian, flying high, of course he is. The League Cup, well, me and Ian landed one another, and there you can see we've gone past the first leg. It looks inevitable Pep will go to the final. I won that, of course, last season. The FA Cup. Now, FA Cup, ironically, Ian was shocked. He was absolutely shocked at home to Oxford, and at the same time, I just scraped past Rochdale. I think it was the 3rd round. No, it weren't 3rd round. I thought there was a round that I had to have a draw, actually. In fact, it was the 4th round against Rochdale. Yeah, there it is. It was the 4th round, so I drew with Rochdale at home 2-2. And won the replay 1-0. So we're all, me and Pep, riding high in the FA Cup. Of course, Ian won that last season, but he'll not be retaining it this season. So, let me show you very quickly. There's a player that I'm, in fact, I can't really go to, just in case Ian or Pep are going to pick a few of my players off for my shortlist. I forget what the word was, stream sniping, something like that. There's a player I found, right, I'm going to show you in a minute. You can probably work out which player. I found him, then Pep found him, then Ian found him, and I was really gutted because he's just become interested in me, but look at him. What an absolute fucking monster. And the way I found him, right, is Club Brugge had Ian in the Champions League group, and I checked them quickly, and as you can see, they've now got me in the second phase. So, yeah, real big player there. So, in terms of my players, it's been difficult, really. I mean, I've not long brought Salvati. He's not that great. Well, he's not the shittiest. Little young Nigerian kid there. Although I did go for him a fucking stupid wage when he was 17 years of age. Brought a bunch of youngsters, which I have since flogged them. I brought a bunch of 15-year-olds. I think Pep made some sort of fucking joke. One of my best players this season, right, is this guy here, Christian Cascio, who obviously you can see I got from Man United in an exchange deal. He's done very well for me indeed. I brought him as well, it looks like, as part of the deal, but he's gone into the reserves. My reserves are starting to really build up now. That's really the gist of the players that I brought. Let's have a look at Ian's players that he's brought in. Sam Gerrard. Now, we were all chasing this guy for a long time, and Ian was fucking up. He must have been so relieved at that. Finally, Qatar's regen, I believe that is. But yeah, finally got him. He's not started too bad. Ferro, he got from me as part of that exchange deal that I was just talking about. Ferro was fueling moves. I was happy for him to go. And whilst he's got a few 20s, he's also got a lot of digits underneath 10, so it wasn't good enough for me. He's also brought So Cool is a great player. I mean, he's not really used him, not got the creativity, but he's got some really good attributes. And he's clearly in the reserves. Just a quick look at Ian. Has he still got that guy? Yes, he has. That's what I was looking at. Do you remember him? Alex Gill. You must remember Alex Gill. Look at his history. Look at that. It's fucking insane. Insane. And believe it or not, I had him first at Swansea and sold him. Absolutely insane. Ian sold him, and then Ian bought him back. I believe Ian bought him back to hoard him for the regen, which is fair enough if he's got the space. Let's go now then to Pep. Where do we start at Pep? Because he's had a horrendous season. Polish goalkeeper is quite a good Polish goalkeeper, to be fair there. Mendes, he's alright. I wouldn't personally be using him in the seniors. Guy Gill, I don't know what or who he is. He looks like a shower of shit. Yannick Martinez isn't actually a bad player. I mean, I looked at getting him, but Pep, he opted for Pep. That young Russian, he opted for Pep again. Pep's been using him a few games, 5 to be precise, surprisingly. Steiner and Sia. Actually, I brought him, and I then fucked him off, and Pep picked him up on a free transfer. But you can see Pep hasn't been using him. So that is where we are at then in this epic of a game, season 122. Let me show you. I brought a player. When did I buy him? Now I'm quite sure that there can only be one Bosnian striker. It's got to be Dzeko, and look how well he's done for me. A lot of my guys. I mean, Mateus Nunes has been great for me. Doesn't really been playing great in the last few seasons. Messi regen doing very well. I did sell the Neymar regen. If you can remember, I had him. Medina has done really well. I brought Lee because I felt that there was good potential in light of that he left Southampton for 100 million to Valencia. I don't think I brought anybody of real interest. That is who I call my Mo Salah pre-gen. He was in the reserves. And in defence, now my defence, you can see I've got a few issues in defence, but I brought in an old player of mine, Alkorta, Sergio Ramos regen. And I brought him in because I knew that would be celebrated. Great player, but he's recently struggling. I mean, the Greek centre-half has been brilliant for me. I brought another Greek centre-half. Gutierrez, I brought from Pep last season. I was quite surprised, if you may recall, Pep sold him to me. I thought there was another one. So Bazon's playing at right back, Erkan's playing at left back, and in terms of in goal, so I sold my Buffon regen, still got my Mexican goalkeeper doing very well. I say doing very well, he did get me a red card, I think, did he not? Yes, he did, and I was a little bit pissed off with him, but I have got my Spanish goalkeeper there who's gradually grooming through. Also got my Polish goalkeeper there, and I've also, let me remind you, I've also got that fucking monster of a beast. I've also got Xavi and Tevez in my reserves. Xavi is that guy there who's really starting to build now. I was just keeping an eye on him. And I've also got Tevez, who has had a couple of games for me. Dragovic has done very well on loan, Leighton Orient. So I've got some real good youngsters coming through. Even Franson has had a couple of games. Okay, so that is where we are at then. Nothing else worth screaming about. It really is a business end. Oh yeah, shit. Sorry, I dropped my tea there. The reason I've got so many games in hand, you may have already seen it. No, you wouldn't have. The reason I've got so many games in hand is because that fucking curse of a world champion club, a FIFA Club World Championship. Obviously, I won it, but it really turns out to be quite a curse. I mean, look at this in December, right? This was fucking ridiculous. And I've just spilled my fucking tea all over me. Oh, well, God. I look like I pissed myself. Right, so you can see, we had a game Thursday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Look at that. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday was an absolute fucking joke. And then it was Saturday, Sunday. I mean, that was absolutely fucking ridiculous, weren't it? One day off, which was the Friday. That was, I've never known it as bad as that. I've never. So, hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you've got anything you want to add, anything you want to ask, anything you want doing, give me a shout and I'll try to support and help that. Until next time, guys, take it easy from me.